You may recall from geometry that we found the arc length and the area of a sector of a circle. It turns out that we can find these same two things as long as we're using radians with these two new formulas right here. What's really so important to remember though is that these formulas only work if your angle is measured in radians. They absolutely will not work if you measure your angle in degree. So to find the arc length, we're just going to do the radius times theta, our angle, as long as that's in radians, and then to find the area of the sector, it's a half times the radius squared times theta. So using those two formulas, let's take a look at this problem right here. We are looking at a baseball field, a baseball, I guess, diamond, although we have, no, not a diamond, we have the whole field right here. Anyway, I want to find the length of this fence out here, which is the arc length, and then I also want to find the area of this entire field in here, which is the area of the sector. So using our two formulas, let's start with arc length. That would be the length of the fence. To find arc length, if you recall from the previous screen, that formula was the radius, which I can see in this, if I imagine this full circle, the radius is 180, and I want to multiply that by our angle. If you multiply by 90 degrees, you absolutely positively will get the wrong answer, because this formula, remember, only works if we use radian measure. So if I take 90 degrees, I can convert that, or take a look at my cheat sheets. I can see that 90 degrees, or I guess look at my notes even, 90 degrees is pi over 2 radians. So that's what I'll need to use in my formula. 180, my radius, times pi over 2, my angle, measured in radians. Otherwise, it absolutely will not work. Doing this gets me a length of the fence of 282.7 feet. Remember, it's arc length, so it's just a distance, so about 283 feet along the fence. Okay, next up, they asked me to find the area of this entire field. Well, the area of this sector is equal to 1/2 times the radius of the circle. Well, it's not a full circle, but I can see its radius is 180 squared, and then again times my angle, but that angle must be measured in radians, which is pi over 2. So using a calculator to find 1/2 times 180 squared times pi over 2 gets me an approximate area of this baseball field of 25,446.9, and since this is area, that would be feet squared. So there's an interesting way to find arc length and area of a sector, not using anything we used from geometry last year, but rather using radian measure. And again, that's the key to these, making sure your angle is measured in radians.